Welcome back to Design Build Workshop. Today we're going to talk about this Lego organizer that I designed for my workshop. So the construction is pretty straightforward. Almost all of this was stuff I had laying around the shop as scrap material. Figure on the side here. And all I did was paint it black. It's particle board, MDF, plywood. Didn't matter what the grade was, I just had a bunch of stuff left over. Now, as far as like the handles, those were basically cut out of 2x4s that were just cut down and drilled, simple pulls. And then the other parts were cedar, and it's actually, the cedar that I got is from fence sections from Lowe's. Probably the cheapest thing you could get your hands on, and that's what I used for the facing of the drawers and the little details that's on the side here. So I'm a bit of a scrounger, and these drawers with the slides, minus the face here, I found in a piece of furniture that was lying on the side of the road. And I went ahead and talked to the people whose house it was at, and they said they were getting rid of it. And when I looked at it, it had these drawers with these slides in there that were actually pretty nice. So I picked up 8 drawers and 8 drawer slides for nothing. So I quickly just took those out and brought them to my shop. And so they were probably laying around for, I don't know, a good year or so before I decided what to do with them. But these came out, these are great. They're not very deep. So they're good for what I used it for, which is basically Lego storage. And I'll go over how I organize the Legos in the cabinet a little bit later. So let's talk about shop furniture. When I build shop furniture, I'm using scraps, stuff that I can find or some way I can get by as cheaply as I can while it still is functional. So that's where this falls in. As far as like making something for a client or any piece of furniture that I'm making for someone else, I'm using hardwoods. I'm doing, the finishes are a lot better. We're not using any kind of cheap plywood or anything like that. But primarily for a shop grade or shop grade furniture, I just wanted to, I want to look a little nice. So it's got some design aspect to it. And so as far as my shop is continuing to evolve, black is kind of the trim color that I'm using. So like the bottom, some of my bench work is going to be painted black. And that's why this is done the way it is. But the top is just, kind of a rough plywood, and some of the spots I put some Bondo in there so it's be smoothed out a little bit. And then it's just got a couple of coats of clear on it to kind of maintain, the finish and to keep it from warping because it's on both sides. But shop furniture should be pretty utilitarian. Now that being said, I've got some shop furniture that I'm going a little all out on, but that's okay too. It's what you're doing for your own shop, have at it and have fun. I purchased these off of eBay, and all they are like makeup organizers, and they come in various lengths and shapes, but they all work together. So this is basically 3 of these. This is 2 of these. And then I've got these bigger pieces are essentially 6 of these. And I've got these set up so that they pretty much fill up the drawer. And then these Lego pieces have been separated by brick type. And everything just kind of fits in pretty nice. And the drawer is actually a pretty decent dimension to handle these little containers. And these are really inexpensive. I think they came in a kit. And they've got these, which I haven't put on yet, but they've got these silicone feet, which I will put in here because that way they don't slide around. But they clear really nice. So that works out really well. You can see these drawers are full extension, and I've got everything kind of, like I said, separated in here. This one still needs to be separated yet. Obviously, you don't have to use this for Lego, but I had a lot, and my grandkids play with them a lot, so this is what I had built. But what I wanted to point out is that, you know, just by keeping your eyes open and scrounging a little bit, I think this thing at total cost probably cost me around $20–25, because the only thing I purchased was the cedar from the from the fence sections. These are just individual boards, and I had them. They were wide enough that I could rip them down, so I basically could get 2 boards out of each one, or 2 drawer fronts out of each section. So, and each post was, or each length was probably, I think, like 5 feet or something. So I only had to get, I think, 5 pieces. All the rest of it was stuff I had laying around the shop or scrap. And then, the drawers themselves, I got off the side of the road. So this is just one of those things that, if you're on the lookout, you can get stuff pretty inexpensively and make something that's, quasi nice for your shop. Thanks again for joining me on Design Build Workshop. If you found some value in this video, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and hope to see you next time.